Hello, hello, hello. Let's play some Seterra. Libya, it's over here. So, I just got finished making or studying. Oh my god, I actually one nailed Tonga. Oh, Jamaica is small. Um, got finished studying, and I get reminded once again of like the ridiculous fear I have. Uh, that the actual, like, if you get like a task, your teacher says, hey, do this, um and you always fear like, oh god, it's gonna, you fear doing it. And you can, me especially, spend like days like fearing doing this task. And uh but if you were to measure the like actual effective time you've spent on this uh task, you come to a realization that it's like not long at all. Because I chose to record from start to finish this task that I got by my teacher that I've been dreading to do for like days now. It's Sunday now, and I believe since like Friday, or I believe even Thursday, I think I was supposed to start doing it, or was when I knew that I had to do it, and the sooner the better, right? The deadline was today, so I started doing today naturally, and uh, I recorded how long it took for me to finish it, and do you know how long it took? It took 1 hour. It took 1 hour to finish the task. Now, why was I worrying so much? Now, did I do the best job I could do? Maybe not, but it is finished. And I believe having anything finished is a million times better than having nothing finished, right? So I'm happy that I did it. And, I need to remind myself that this is how it is, really. Like, the actual time you spend is so much less uh, than you think. Because I guess that is a very like foundation, like very core reason to procrastination. It's my whole thing, right? Figuring out why people procrastinate. And having like, or building like this image that it is like an insurmountable mountain makes you not want to do it, right? Seems kind of obvious in hindsight, but um, it's very difficult to not think. It's very difficult to not think like that. It's incredibly difficult. And why the hell do I confuse Slovakia and Slovenia all the time? Albania is so incredibly small. Taiwan. Um, almost. But now I did it. I think maybe I should start doing that. I should actually start recording, not maybe a video all the time, at least in some way, uh, record the studying you do, so you can actually like sort of look back and be like, hey, this actually didn't take as long as I thought. And maybe you will learn something by like rewatching it or something. I don't fucking know. But I believe like the point would be to uh, get some perspective on the actual amount of work you do. Because I was surprised that I finished it so early. And I believe also you need to get rid of this idea that uh, what you do, I can't believe I got that one wrong, that what you do has to be like absolutely perfect. There's a reason you hand stuff in to your teacher to correct. Like, Yeah, okay, great if you hand them in and there's nothing to correct and it's already like done. Fantastic, right? However, I'm not sure if that's the most efficient way of doing things. Because if you can finish something like at least like several times faster and then get corrected by someone that has infinitely more knowledge than you, uh, and you get the wrongs pointed out by them, and then you revise that, I believe that collective time you've spent personally is a lot less than if you were to spend all that fucking time making the perfect hand in. Um, Shit. French Polynesia. What the hell are these countries, man? uh. Holy shit. Ooh. Georgia, please. So I think that it's a mindset that I want to try and get into, right? Um, don't think that you need to make every handing the best freaking handing you've ever done in your entire goddamn life. Let the experts that know more than you actually help you. And, yeah, don't make the task at hand larger than it has to be. What the? Oh, Fiji. Jesus. Um, yeah, and that can be applied to anything in life, right? It doesn't have to be specifically to like computer science studying. It could be like, working out, cooking, your family. Like, it's better to spend time with your children saying hello, how are you, than worrying about making like a good impression so much that you don't even see them to begin with, right? I believe that. No. Now, we'll see if the revision that I had to do was actually like. Of course, there's limits to both sides, or there's extremes to both sides. Like, yes, do. Uh, you shouldn't try and make the most perfect piece of work. You should rid of your perfectionism, right? I think that is an inefficient way to learn. However, doesn't mean you should make a piece of garbage, right? So you should try and like, don't be an idiot and make it like a copy paste of someone's work or some shit that you didn't even learn anything. Like, the point is still that you need to learn. New. So I guess, like, let's say you have problem with procrastination, and you've sort of boiled it down to one of the reasonings being that you're a perfectionist. Then think back on the amount of time you've spent on a work. Maybe, like, cut the time in, you know to a fourth of the time. You usually, like, maybe like challenge yourself into, like, yeah, let's spend a fourth of the time you usually spend, and let's try and make it as good as possible from that time. Now, will it be as good as the perfectionist work? Probably not. But would the perfectionist work be 4 times as good because you spent 4 times as much work on it? I honestly doubt, right? I am under the solid belief that that is not how it works. Uh, I believe like the majority of the work or the quality of your work is already done very early on, and then like the fine tuning comes later, and like the return per hour spent seriously decrease, exponentially. Armenia. Why does it look so weird over here? What is this? I can't even see Armenia. uh, oops, Samoa. Is it not here? Oh, it is, but God. Can I play just these islands, please? So I believe like maybe 60-70% of the quality of your work is done the first fourth of the time spent, if that math make any freaking sense. Like if you were to make the perfect piece of work, 70 this is my like crackpot theory, right? Or at least like the idea I'm trying to build here. Oh wow, really? Is that on that perfect hand in 70% of the quality of that work is done on the first fourth of the time you spent working on it, right? So with that assumption, if you have that assumption, then in most cases it's just more worth it to hand it in after that first fourth of time, to just save time. And when you save time, you start worrying less about the insurmountable mountain of work you need to do, and thus you do more work, and yada yada. It gets into a circle of good habits. Where the hell? There we go. I don't know. I'm probably wrong with everything I fucking said, but that is the feeling I am having right now, and I guess it's some, it's interesting to get that down, down on record. I don't know where Anguilla is. It's there. I know that this is like in the. Yikes! What? Oh my god. Haiti. Man, there's so many like tiny. I don't like this map. I think I'm gonna go back to the UN member states one, because these like tiny islands, I don't give a shit, dude. Cayman Islands? I don't know. Is it over here? God fucking damn it, dude. Russia, yes. Liechtenstein. I always confuse it with Luxembourg. Mauritania. Huge country. Transnistria is in Moldova. Sierra Leone. Kanye West. Syria is fairly big. American Samoa. I still got it wrong, even though I've clicked that country like a bajillion times. Guyana, I remember as the country that is the only English-speaking South American country. Pitcairn Islands. Tokelau. God damn it. Holy no, I know that South. Spain. Canada, Kazakhstan. Now I really just want, like, the topic I want to talk about is already finished, and now I really just want to finish this freaking map, which indicates that this map is too long. This is taking too long. And also one thing I'm experimenting with is rendering in DaVinci. Costa Rica. Oh my goodness, Costa Rica. Because I'm recording with OBS right now, and the file sizes are freaking enormous. They're smaller than Fraps, I give them that, but it's an amazing program. But the files are pretty big. Because I choose to record in HD, right? And I'm experimenting with how you can render it down to a reasonable file size, but keeping the quality. So that's fun. And also apparently the file types that you get from OBS is MKV files. But the DaVinci doesn't take MKV files, it takes MP4 files. And there we go. So I actually like downloaded Handbrake to convert MKV into MP4 files, and that took, I mean, Handbrake is a good program, and it would take like 10 minutes to convert. However, apparently you can do it straight in OBX. It's called Remux, and it took a literal second. I don't know how it's even possible, but I guess since it's recorded in the same program as it's converted in, it has some sort of advantage, right, in the converting process. Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal. Let's not get that one wrong. Aruba. And apparently the benefit, you can record straight into MP4 format with the OBS. However, the downside with that is that if for any reason at all the recording would get interrupted, I don't know, maybe a lightning strike, poke or anyone, then the MP4 file would be corrupted, it wouldn't work. But the MKV file, it would save the stuff that you recorded up until the interruption, which is, I'd say worth it to keep recording in MKV, because you never know. Bhutan, oh thank God, see ya.